All right. So this is the third in the series of the Oqthcalian tragedy storyline. This is a part of the New Champions universe, just far, far away in a galaxy far away. Um, and we have three players tonight. Kalon Tar, played by Deroche, Rampage playing Kronos, the character of Kronos, and
Yay.
Jerry playing Ozar of Soul. For those that haven't been watching, this is a takes place around a star called Soal, Soal. And when I was naming Soul, and for those that haven't been keeping up, Soul is destined for destruction, and everybody knows it. It's part of the kind of the end game. And when I wrote about Soul's destruction, I wrote an article called "The Death of Soul," with the play on words, of course, because I love jazz music, and I don't think anybody cared about it. But still, eventually, we will not only destroy the planet Soul, but we will also kill jazz music, and I don't look forward to I don't look forward to that as well. But I think the players are trying to save themselves, save the planet. We'll see if they're successful at it. Save the
Save the
solar system.
cheerleaders, save the world.
Yeah.
It's a very simple premise. Um, but so what's happened so far is that the three players, their characters, have been pulled together in what's kind of been dubbed a commission force, and the commission is a kind of a subsidiary of the council. And council is represented by three of the main races: Abriels, which are kind of like the smart, intelligent owners and transferers of all knowledge; um, Kazars, which are kind of the mining people, resource, and then the wells, which are kind of the food producers. And Oqthcalians don't kill animals for livestock. They use things called their fibers, basically. They grow fibers, and the fibers can be turned into all kinds of different food sources. But the wells are the ones that are responsible for that. And so the council, the main kind of governing body of the planet, um, hasn't been seen for a long time. Many rotation cycles of Soul around Soul, and in their absence, commissions have taken over and have kind of been running things. But also, one commission, this particular commission that has commissioned um, Kalantar, Kronos, and Ozar. That commission is trying to conserve resources and find resources that could help the civilization not need to um, mine their sun. The Oqthcalians long ago um, found out how to safely mine their star, and in the process are destroying it. And they know it, but it's a dance with death, and they believe that there's no other way to to basically for their planet to live without energy, without mining from the star. So, in the absence of the council, this commission has been trying to conserve that energy. When a when a slight rotation of the planet happened, which the planet doesn't rotate, it does orbit the star, but doesn't rotate itself. When it did rotate slightly because of a solar eruption, the team was formed, and they found and recovered some energy pods that were on the dark side. Now that the planet moved, and that's basically what they had been doing, right? They'd been It would be recovering energy pods, in downtime, and we've only played one session where they did that, but that was basically what they were formed for. Well, in the last session, they gave a testimony to the commission of what happened, found that there was another um, force that was going after similar pods as they were. Not, I guess they would have fought against you, but the team overpowered them, and that was basically the gist. But Ozar jumped through a temple portal in that was in the commission hall and found a secret underground facility where pods had been stored. And at the very moment, he could see that pods were about to be portaled out of that secret underground facility. He jumped through and knocked a person that was, or humanoid, I don't even know if you would call it humanoid, a creature, um, that was standing amongst those pods. Uh, he knocked him out of the way of the teleportation, um, and the pods teleported out, but Ozar and this creature did not. Immediately, alarms went off, and Ozar was carried into kind of a interrogation room. There were a couple of other things that happened in the last session. The Abril commissioner kind of confided um, in Kalantar about some mistrust and things and doubts. I'm over summarizing. And then Kronos went into the restricted area of the Commission's library and found out about dark tomes or dark knowledge, and maybe some other things, but that was the key thing. This scene is going to take place, start right as the alarms were going off, and armed um, Kazar commissioners guards come in and pull Ozar into a kind of an interrogation room. And I guess the first question is, um, will Ozar resist the kind of forced bringing out into an interrogation room? What are clearly Kazar commissioners, which is part of his cast, of course, or not his cast, but his cast. Will he resist? Jerry, are you there? Was my intro too long?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
okay.
sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, I was focusing on something else. I apologize.
That's okay. So you've been basically accosted by Kazar commission guards. After the alarms went off, they ran down to the room, found you there with the other person that was in the room, creature that was in the room, and they have, basically are going to attempt to take you off. And if you resist, then we'll have to play that out. But do you resist?
No, not at first.
Okay, so they're going to take you forcibly upstairs through a path. And actually, you find that this path leads you in a side door that it connects back to that main room where you all gave testimony. And then they take you
Okay.
down a series of hallways. Um, it's empty by now, the commission, kind of the main room. But they take you into a kind of an interrogation room. Even in alien areas, they've got a table with two chairs and a glass you can look. I'm kidding. But they take you there, and they're going to immediately start questioning you very forcefully. Three large Khazars come into the room, and they begin screaming at you in their, very brusque voice. What have you done with them? And that's the first question. They just keep screaming it at you, and they're going to give you a second to respond. They haven't struck you, and they haven't tried to contain you or anything like that, but they are screaming at you very forcibly. What have you done with them?
I did nothing with them. They were teleported out.
But you,
Why?
you came into the room, and as you came in, they teleported. Surely you caused this.
How?
That's our
You
question.
see what I? Yeah. You see what I'm wearing. Do I have any technology on that could do that?
Oh, and they look at you, and their kind of head slants, and maybe they even take some devices, and they look, and they kind of shrug back. And, obviously you don't. And then so maybe they change their line of questioning, and they ask you, do you know what was inside the pods? Do you even know what was inside them?
All I know is that those are supposed to be uh, energy storage pods, and one was larger and heavier than the others. What
Hmm.
actually was in it? No, I do not know.
Okay,
Although the gentleman that was in there might.
so the as you say, one was heavier than the others. Their eyes get really big, um, and it's quiet for a moment, and they question, "Why were you even there, Ozar? Why were you even there?"
Soal sent me there.
And the two of them look at each other, and they're bewildered. It's almost as if they Soal doesn't speak to them, and they look at
I
you.
was
Good.
I was in the temple. Soul called to me, and I stepped through a portal. And then I was there.
So their mouths drop to the floor. Their mouths drop to the floor, and they're speechless. And before they can come up with a thought, the door to the room opens, and a small humanoid enters the room. Make an intelligence roll if you would. Luckily, you don't have the drain still persisting.
Yeah, thank God.
You succeeded. Yeah. So
Two.
yeah, and Rampage's comment is true. If you hadn't walked through, then the guy that was in that room, the creature, would have teleported away, and we never would have known. Imagine that, the comic book of fate.
Yep.
So this humanoid enters the room, very small, kind of fragile looking, and you kind of recognize he's got some reminiscent features of Throm, but you know he's clearly not a Throm. He's Kazar, totally Kazar. But you're like, huh, way smaller than most Kazars that you would see. Um, Smaller. Anyway, he's carrying a 3D video screen, and he starts playing it for everyone to see. So it's almost like the holographic projection up, and
Mhm.
video starts playing, and they play back and show the moment that you come in, um, and even like they scroll back some days, and they can clearly see you'd never been in the room before. Um, and the very dramatic moment when you jumped through and pushed the creature out of the way, it's very dramatic. And the Khazars come behind you, and one of them puts his hand on your back, as if to apologize, but of course he's not. Um, he's not going to apologize. But at that moment, one of the big guys puts his hand on the back of you, and he speaks to the small, kind of Throm-like Khazar. Bring in Tabor,
That's
and
the name
they
of my cat.
really.
Yeah.
A little cat comes in the door, knocks a coffee mug off the table.
Yeah. Walks out. Yeah. What the hell?
Not that Tabor. I spelled it Tahbor, like Tabor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not spelled the same then.
Okay, so different, very different. Maybe the same personality though. We'll see. Um, so they kind of are
Okay, is Tabor the guy I hit?
so it's going to take a second. He's walking down the way, and it is. They open the door, and actually they offer you to stay and watch. Are you going to stay? So Tabor comes in. They ask you to. Well,
Yep.
you're already up, but do you stay in the room as Tabor walks in?
Yes.
Okay, so Tabor obviously is glaring at you, but he doesn't speak. And um, the small Khazar, the Throm-like one, continues and just scans back. It's not the same at all as Kronos's, but like he's scanning back just video footage, right? And you can see for what must have been 2 rotations around Soal, this creature, Tabor, has been in that underground facility nearly uninterrupted as pods are transported in, and he looks at them, checks them over, opens them, and pushes the codes in, opens every one of them periodically. He opens, and he's just scanning back through, equivalent of 2 years, right? Um, Opens one of the dark ones and just stays looking at it for what seems like, weeks. And then finally closes that one. They all portal away. He doesn't. And then more come in and more come in. And it repeats over. Basically, they're receiving shipments of pods, um, looking at them all, checking them all, spending quite a lot of time with the dark tome pods, and then eventually they all portal out, and then it catches back up to your moment where you jump through, and knock them out of the way. So that's the kind of the moment. They are clearly seeing that Tabor is the one that's been dealing with these pods.
And they've all been teleporting away. So that appears to be normal, right?
Normal as a definition of what happens repeatedly, like normal.
Yeah, I mean, pods come in, he looks at them, they teleport away. More pods come in, he looks at them, they teleport away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ozar, are you gonna do anything, say anything, ask anything, speak anything, or are you keeping silent?
Stoically silent at the moment.
Okay. So make a perception roll if you don't mind. Okay. So
let me see if I have any levels
or hero points you want to use. I mean,
like I've ever used them.
You could use it on a perception roll.
No, but it's Rocket's that's got the per bonus.
Yeah,
I'll use 2
hero points. So you are going to? Okay.
Yep.
So you're stoically watching this, and as they are, kind of talking through the conversation, there is one of the Kazar that is Kazar commissioners that is doing the questioning and asking him what he's looking at, and he's basically admitting that he's checking through the energy pods and making sure everything is in order. Well, that goes on and on and on, and it's very clear that he lingers over the Dark Tome ones for ages, but the Kazar commissioner doesn't speak anything about this. One of the other commissioners, not commissioners, one of the other guards, the smaller one, the Throm-like one, asks, "What do you do with the Dark Tomes?" And there's silence, and the creature, the Tabor, doesn't answer, and the regular Kazar commissioners, they're not the Throm-like ones, guards. They look at him fast and furious, like head jerking to him as he asks the question, and the Throm-like one asks the second time after no one answers the questions. Maybe after scrolling through some more videos of weeks passing. Look, the Dark Tome. What did you do with it? You looked at it for weeks. And the creature won't speak. And I'm trying to think. Do you have any lightning reflexes, or is that Rocket as well? Danger senses?
Yeah, Rocket's got
nothing like that.
No.
Okay. So that Throm-like one is asking that question repeatedly. No one's answering. And abruptly, the rest of the Kazars end the questioning. We've seen enough. This is the one. This is the criminal.
Wait. I look to Tabor. I saved your life. You owe me an answer.
He says in a gruff voice, "To what question?"
Answer the question of the Dark Tomes.
He says, They all go to the same place, and I will say
Which
no more. And he clearly, crosses his arms and sets his resolve. They all go to the same place. You gonna push it? You gonna try to get more
yeah,
out?
I'm looking.
So the Kazars are
Damn it.
about to escort the Throm-like one out, along with the not escort, but they're like pushing everybody out of the room. They're going behind Tabor. They're banding him in protective hand, almost handcuffs, but like energy cuffs, so he can't move. We've found our criminal, the one that's stealing the energy pods.
I do not believe so. And I'll put my hand on his chest and let the power of soul glow.
Whose chest? Who's the creature?
Tabor's.
Okay.
Tabor's.
Okay.
Where do they go?
Is this a presence attack, or are you mind controlling him? What are you doing? Because he's
No, I don't have mind control. It'll be a presence attack
okay.
with a semi-violent because it's the
Yeah, use of
from the
powers, violent force. Get two
yeah
additional dice plus yours.
yeah. So that makes it 5. That was shitty.
That was terrible.
11446.
And he smiles at you, the kind of a garish smile, and he says, "Unless you know the heart of Soal, you will never know this answer." And then they carry him off. And he kind of laughs as they walk away, and they walk him down the hallway. They're basically going to take him to a brig and that kind of thing. Okay, so we're gonna move scenes. So while all this was happening, the alarms are blaring, and Kalon Tar and Kronos don't know all this that's happened, right? Um, so alarms are blaring, of course, because that's what triggered the kind of the security alert, and um, there's a knock. So Kalon Tar is in his private quarters, and there's a knock on the door. In the midst of this alarm, Kalon, are you going to answer the door?
Yeah, actually, I probably would have been headed to the door anyway when the alarms went off to see what was going on.
Yeah, so
So,
you
yes.
you go to the door, and as you are opening, the door slides open, and you face to face with the Burial Commissioner, the lady that you spoke with earlier during the testimony, and she kind of secretly spoke to you some doubts. Um, she is startled that you're running, almost bumping into her, and she smiles, and it's loud. She asks, "Is there a way that we can speak privately?"
Certainly.
Yeah, so
You have a place in mind?
well, she says, "May I come in?"
Yes.
Okay, so she comes in and walks around the room, and turns over a device and turns over a lamp and takes the device out of it, crushes it, goes to another place, lifts up a thing, takes off the device, crushes. So basically goes to all the different places where there might have been listening devices and just destroys them all. And she looks around, she climbs on some furniture, looks at the top. She just basically spends 5 minutes just sweeping for different sensors, and she might even have some tech on her where she can scan to see if there's any live sensory stuff. So she destroys all those things, and then speaks quietly to you, even close. She comes to your ear and she speaks, and she basically admits, "I didn't know the commission had a secret storage facility under this building. This is not part of any known knowledge that we have. That's what she can muster at that moment. She's furious, right? She's biting back anger. The Abril, just
So
for context, the Abrils know everything. They document all knowledge, and so for her to say that there is known knowledge that she doesn't have, it's an embarrassment. She's furious.
so who is in charge of this area?
Deep breath, sigh. She says, I am suspicious of the Kazar commissioner.
What do they hold in this facility?
I don't know. I assumed it was or would be the energy pods, but they are the ones that control the flow of the resources. I wouldn't have known they were here. Why would they even be here? She's just exasperated, and even cusses the Kazar commissioner and his brute, group of of miners. She's disdainful of them.
Is that why the alarm is going off?
She doesn't know. She doesn't
Should
know.
we go investigate why the alarm is going off?
She says it would be too much for me to risk. But if you were to begin somewhere, I would investigate the Kazars.
I can't think of why we have storage facilities. Why would they store them here?
That's her. She's exasperated for that, and she knows, very well-known knowledge about where energy pods are stored and a cycle for them, and reclamation processes and all this good stuff. Very public knowledge what you all have been doing to reclaim them once they go into dark sites.
So who would be in charge here that I should speak to?
Well, it's an exasperated question. The commission, me, the Wells commissioner, and the Kazar commissioner. But apparently my Kazar friend has created a secret facility underneath this place with troops and guards, and she's basically saying, I don't have that many guards here. The Wells commissioner doesn't have many guards here. Why is it that my Kazar brothers are, amassing forces and hiding resources under this? See, these are questions that my research might cross the line amongst the commission, and we cannot have dissension amongst the commission. But I must admit that I am wary of them. I am suspicious even. The Kazar.
I must admit that this sort of investigation is not my strength. I have some reluctance to move forward, as I may be more hindrance than help. I search for information. I go the direct path.
She says, but you're practically heroes here. You've recovered so many pods. Surely your investigations, you could search and be, it would be easy for you to search and find these answers. You and your commission force, the friends of yours, the three of you all could search.
Where are they now?
She brings up a thing, and she, like a kind of a armband or whatever tech, she's able to show that Ozar is in an investigation cell, but he's, it's the end of that story where they're basically walking the Tabor guy out into the hallway. So that you see that on her band, and
Is that an area that's known that I could get to?
Yeah, she will tell you where it is. And she says, but I didn't even... Who is this creature that they are walking in cuffs? I didn't even know... she's just exasperated. There are too many secrets amongst this commission, especially from the likes of me and you, Abriels, who should know all. It's an insult.
Well, I will go find my companions and see what we can discover.
So are you going to walk out of the door?
Yeah.
Leave? Okay. So you're going to walk out together. She's going to go to the right. You're going to go to the left. But before you walk out the door, she grabs your arm and says one last thing to you. She says, these dark tomes. I've heard of them, but I've never seen one. The pods that contain the weight of knowledge, future and past. They're myths, but it seems you all have found one, and now it has escaped us. Find where the Kazars are storing the pods, and you will be able to answer the mystery of dark tomes and why this knowledge has been kept from us for, thousands of rotations.
I will do so.
Okay. You want to do anything else before move on? You're going to go and find the place where Ozar is, right?
Yeah, I would find Albus first.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you knew where he was staying.
Yeah, I would go get him because it looked like I'm going to a location with guards. I want more than just me.
Okay.
Not that I fear normal guards, but
It makes sense. So I'm going to move to Kronos' bit, and then we will pull you together. I assume you're going to go to his quarters, get him, and then go to... Okay. So Kronos, soon after Kronos learned about the Dark Tomes in the restricted area of the Commission's library, I assume, Kronos, that you left. I think you even said that you left and went back to quarters, I think.
That's correct.
Okay. So soon after that, in your quarters, a small floating device appears, much like how you appear whenever you enter a new timeline. The device is strikingly similar to the Chronos distortion device that you carry, and immediately as it appears, it projects many fractured beams of light in all directions. And as soon as it's projecting that, a digitized voice can be heard emanating from the device, and it basically speaks. This is what it speaks. Albus Khan, Kronos agent operating in an unauthorized timeline. You have been sentenced to 200 cycles of behavior remediation therapy. And there's a pause.
Kronos takes out his blaster and blasts it.
There was more. There was information. You don't get to hear it. It starts speaking and just... Well, actually, roll dice. Let's see if you can actually blast it. It's got some defense against it. So let's see if you can actually hit it. It's a small object as well. So let's just see. Let's say it's got a DCV of 8. And I'm going to give it a body of 2 and a defense of 10. Let's just see if you can do it. It's a pretty tough device. Looks very much like your Chronos time distortion device. So you basically have to do 12 body to destroy it. And you may not. So you may not... Are you rolling it? Are you there?
Sorry, my mute was on. If I spread my attack, how does that work with? Because I hardly ever have characters with killing attacks. How does spreading your attack work for killing attack?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do you lose 1 dice or half a dice? It's usually 10 points.
You can open the book if you'd like. Oh, you only have killing attacks with that thing? You don't have a regular blast?
Oh, I have a
You just
NND.
wanna kill it. That's all.
Right, yeah, I have an
Uh,
NND, but that won't be effective versus it, and I have a telekinesis, which, yeah, probably won't also be effective against it. So killing attack is about my most effective attack versus it.
yeah. So I don't know the answer. We could find it, but I don't want to slow the game. So let's just say you lose a
Alright.
dice. Yeah.
Oh, I lose a die. Okay, so I lose a die to make it an AOE, or for a +3 to hit, or 2 to hit, or something like that, or what?
Yeah. Let's do +2.
All right, cool. In that case, I will
ECV of 8.
make it to hit roll. Fantastic roll.
Oh, you didn't even need to spread. So you've got one less die
Better,
on your.
better safe than sorry.
Yeah. So you need 12 body. Oh man, you didn't get it in the first one. So it continues speaking. Oh no, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't blast past its defenses. So it's like you're blasting it. It's moving. And I doubt going up against the wall is going to break that as well. So it continues to speak. So you did blast it, but you're going to get to hear the rest of the message. Good, luckily.
All right.
Um, the rest of the message after the kind of the explosion, there's a pause, and the voice is garbled now, like you hit the voice box of the machine. Um, so after it speaks the 200 cycles of remediation therapy pause, now it's like you will obtain a complete record of Oqthcalian dark knowledge and allow the anticipated destruction of Soal to continue. Cease interfering with the timeline. So there's a pause. Are you going to blast it again?
Oh yeah. I say no, not happening. Already gave you my answer. This time I'll do a time stop so I can shoot it 3 times.
Okay. I'm so torn. Like, I kind of want you to destroy it, but I also want you to hear what it is left over to say.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I get that. Trying to see where on my roller here. Hmm.
My
Suppression
impromptu
5.
distorted voice. I was impressed with that for myself. So
It was good.
thanks for that.
I'll just roll with the roll maker.
Okay.
So this is going to be for the AOE, which is an area effect the time stop. So keep that thing from moving around. Oh, thank God, because it was a terrible roll. I hit the area.
Yeah, you do.
Luckily, I'm immune because I'm sure it would affect me too. However, if there's anybody in a neighboring room, they might be affected, and I would apologize for that. All right. In the meantime, I'll do 3 attacks, killing all of them, killing. And this time I won't worry about spreading because I don't have to.
So you do 12 body.
First, oh, I guess I should roll to hit first. Let me
I'll
roll
keep
to
that.
hit.
I'll keep that roll though. Thanks. That's cool.
Okay. First roll hits.
Mhm.
Second roll looks like I might miss. No. What's this DCV? 3?
So what is it? Entangled?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hit.
Okay. And third roll hit.
Okay. So you've done 11 body on the first one. Well, no, is that 11? Is that body or is that?
Yeah.
That's body.
Okay, so I see 11 and
killing
then
attack.
body through. Oh, you're doing a roll. Got it. You don't really care about the stun. Okay. Let's see your second and third roll. No.
That's why I never got killing attacks. I just don't like them.
Oh, you do destroy it on the third blast.
Thank
No,
God
he
I shot 3
destroys it.
times.
He destroys it on the second one.
Well,
10
oh yeah,
defend.
you're right. So 2.
So that takes 1 body. Then, well, not really destroys it. It takes it to 0 body, and then the last one takes it to
It falls
-5.
to the ground, then I shoot it into a
Oh,
corner
it's
into pieces.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It actually does take all 3 because you got to go to negative body.
So I will give you 3 words then that it gets out in between the attacks in that moment. You hear your transport will, and that's the last thing. It explodes and you blast it to the floor. Unless you would have stopped blasting it after you hear of your transport.
No,
Okay.
he
Oh,
blasted it.
your
That's his.
transport will.
That's his style is to blast
Yep.
first and ask questions after.
Yep. Yep.
Speaking of asking questions, now that it's in pieces, I collect them.
Okay. Yep. 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 Do you want to do anything with it before you like? Because I'm going to move immediately to the
You can assume he disassembles it and keeps it for spare parts in case his ever gets damaged or whatever.
yeah. And you did roll a roll on knowledge roll, right?
I did. That was the first thing I did.
Yeah. What was it? Chronos devices. You succeeded by a lot. Um, you would know that this device is from a similar device, but it's from a future timeline. So it's not from your timeline; it's from long future.
All right.
Like, and the only reason you would know that is because it's got advances and things, and you're just like, wow, this is much further improved than what you're carrying. Um,
Sure. I may have visited there, but didn't get anything from there.
yeah, there you go.
And now you do.
Yeah, in pieces though. Okay, do you want to do anything else before your door, knocks and
Yeah,
it's
I'll check out my quarters. Is it comfortable? Does it have a big bed? What's it like?
yeah, it's just really comfortable. This is like lavish temple quarters where the religious elite live better than everybody else.
Oh, okay. So it's not like those places where you get into a single and your feet hang off the edge.
No, no, no. It's just like the equivalent of waterbeds everywhere. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
I'm kidding. I'm
Well,
kidding.
yeah, then he'll deactivate his armor and hit the sack.
Okay, so just as soon as you're about to fall asleep, there's a bang on the, or is it a bang on the door, Kalantar, or is it like a subtle, sweet?
No, it would have been an accidental bang on the door because he's still getting used to this whole suit and trig thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there's a loud ruckus, a bang on the door right as soon as you're about to fall asleep.
He'll throw the blankets back and roll out of bed and annoying. He'll activate his suit and he'll have the face mask open so he can be personable, but at least he'll have his armor and go to the door. He won't ask who's there. He'll just open it up.
Oh, okay. So you immediately see that it is Kalantar.
All right.
So
Kalantar sees Kronos with his helmet back so he can see Kronos' face. Might be the first time. Uh, see a guy in his 30s and a little scruff around on the beard and hair kind of unkept.
So you're
Straighten up.
humanish.
Humanish, yes.
Kalantar is not. You can actually see his face somewhat through his visor, but his visor doesn't go up anymore. So
is there like the
And he'll
perpetual?
say, midnight snack?
we need to find Ozar.
You would hear the alarms going off too. Like as soon as the door opens, the alarms are blaring through, and you hear it.
And with the open door, you might smell a little bit of ozone from him blasting the device.
I don't.
All right.
I have no sense of smell actually.
Oh gosh.
Oh, how perfect. So he'll say, all right, why do you think we need to find him? Wouldn't he be in his quarters?
Those alarms, I believe, are related to him. They are.
Has Kronos heard alarms?
You do now that the doors are open.
Ah, all right. Well, trouble calls. Let's go. And he'll activate his helmet to cover his face.
Okay. So I assume y'all are going to make your way down the way that the real commissioner told you how to get there, or are you going to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you all make your way down. On the way, you see you cross paths with some heavily armed Kazar commission guards. They have a person with cuffs, energy cuffs, carrying him past. You all wouldn't know anything about this. Oh no, you would, Killer, because you saw it on the panel where
And he was. And I saw him in the room with Ozar.
You don't
right?
obviously you wouldn't know what happened, but you saw that Ozar was there. Ozar's still in the room. They're leading this guy away, and they are very official at a high pace. So I mean, you're either going to get out of their way, it's in the crowded hallway, or you're gonna confront them.
I'm going to confront them.
Uh, the thing that I wrote about the meditation, that's what he's doing now in the room.
Oh, he's like floating high above the.
Well, not high above. He's just kind of floating,
That's awesome.
like maybe a lotus position or something like that.
Okay, that's awesome. You're by yourself in that room, right? Because everybody else is left.
Right.
Okay.
And they didn't tell me I could leave, so I didn't
Okay.
leave.
Okay, cool. So, Kaelantar, you are just kind of standing your ground. Are you gonna?
I'll as they approach, I'll put up a hand for them to stop. The universal sign for stop, kind of thing.
Yep. They if they see you from afar, they'll say, "Out of our way, Abriel! Out of our way! Out of our way, Abriel!" Very gruffly.
I wish to question that person you have in custody.
This is not your place. Out of the way. They're moving closer and closer and closer. They're going to be nose to nose with you soon if you don't get out of the way.
I'm fine with being nose to nose.
Okay.
In fact,
Yeah.
I'll actually take a step forward and to make sure that I'm nose to nose with him.
Yeah, if Tara's gonna go, to block them physically, Kronos will step next to him to help block off the rest of the hallway. I said, it's just questions.
The questions have already been asked. Even your friend Ozar has had his questions of this. Go, ask him yourself. We asked our questions, we've found our criminal, and now we are taking him to the courts. This is not your place. Stand down. They're very forceful. And they've given a convincing. The due process of law has occurred. Even one of your three.
Who is your superior officer?
Of course.
Your superior.
We answer to the commission, just as you do. We are guards of the holy, temple of the Oqthcalian. They go down, basically say, "This is the same people you all answer to."
So I'm here to do my job. You're here to do your job. We've been given jobs by the same people. Are you going to deny me my job when I go to the commission to tell them you stopped me from doing my tasks?
Yeah, they will smile. Our tasks are to mete out justice and to protect this temple. We found a criminal. Your job is to reclaim energy pods.
And you can protect the temple while you stand here and watch him while I ask him a couple questions.
Yeah, they're going to repeat the same. You collect.
How many of them are there?
There's 3 of them, and then one of the smaller ones is like the Throm-like one. They're very making a laughingly logical. We protect the temple. You reclaim energy pods. Move aside.
We protect the temple. You protect the temple. I gather information. You are a miner. I am gathering information. Why didn't you go mine something
while
awesome. I do my job? Now, if you don't gonna stand down, I will put you down.
Yeah, they brace and even raise their weapons.
Kronos, they raise their weapons. Kronos activates time stop.
Okay. We're not in combat phase. No, we're not. You have the time stop is an entangle.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your dexterity?
Yeah, excellent question.
I wasn't actually expecting you all to.
25.
Okay, so and what's your speed?
6.
Okay, so you'll get to go first before them. And I guess I should ask the question. Kaelantar, do you have a higher speed that you want to? No, I think he's
only at speed 5, dex 12. So
okay, cool. So he'll go first. He'll get the chance to throw that time stop down, and then we will go into the battles. That cracks me up. Just a second. Guard.
They did close the door behind them when they left, right?
Nope, they did not.
Oh, the door's open? Oh, okay.
Mhm. I don't know why I don't have my proper one. Give me just a second.
How far down are the hall are they?
Just down the hall, you hear this. They're screaming and hollering at each other. It wasn't very far away at all. You hear it. Second, I made to.
So this, I'm going to try to put the time stop in a position where it doesn't get us, even though I'm immune, but I know that Tar is not. But it's really going to depend on where we are in the hallway.
Yeah, it's really a crowded hallway. Let me see if I
Be a
can.
problem.
I'll bring up something. And actually, look at me. I'm all like, did 3D digital, but I'm about to throw down some lines.
Hey, sometimes you do what you do, you know?
Yeah. Why can't I draw proper?
It's going to draw in dark gray or black.
Can't I make it?
Yeah, you can change the color of the draw by that. You click on the draw tool in that little circle. It'll change the color what you draw.
Oh.
Oh, with those two colors now it looks 3D.
Well, I didn't do a very good job. Okay, so let's see. So you got a hallway, and this goes down pretty far, and basically into the quarters that you all were at. Let me see if I can do the different quarters. So you've got some quarters here, some quarters here, some quarters here.
That is a huge hallway. Are those doors?
Yeah, I'm not doing very scale. So let's.
Grid on?
I will.
I'll turn the grid on. Show line.
I don't know that it's going to show on this table though.
Oh, I see. You need to throw. Oh, I see. You need to put an object down and then draw on the object or something.
Do I have an object I can throw down? Do I have an object I can throw down?
Let me see what I can do to help.
I'm so prepared.
So.
Well, this is just like the Art of War. No.
Best laid plans.
Well, no, not the best laid plans, but no battle plan survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah, that's funny. So we can just play on this test. So
this I have a this right here. I think you can turn on. Can you draw on that?
I don't know. Let's look.
Sure you can, because the drawing actually goes over the table.
Here, let me see if this will work over here, because if I can just use this thing, and then I'll grid project on it. And then we can, yeah, so let's do this. There you go. So, sorry.
What is that? What is that?
This is
that object.
It's a desk.
Mm.
There's an echo for you right now?
No.
Yeah, for me there is.
It is for us.
Oh, I probably hit the C key. I did. Yeah. There. No more echo.
Oop.
Okay, so I'll draw a couple of things on that, just to make it. Can I draw on it?
Probably not.
I would like to be able to draw.
You can draw on the one I brought in, though.
And actually, what I'm going to do is...
I think you can change the color, too. Let me see.
That's okay. What I will do is just kind of block out
Although maybe if you flipped it over, now it's brown. If you like darker,
Oh,
moves on this.
I'm already moving with my
Ah,
containers over here.
there we go.
It's not the best, but hey. Okay, so the scene will take place here in this hallway. I hope you all like the hallway.
Oh, the containers. Are the containers the hallway, or
Of course, I just did that. I need to lock it.
might want to move that other container first?
Yeah, I think I had. Oof.
The containers. Can we even get in the containers?
No, it's on the side of it. So
Oh, on top. I get
yeah,
it.
no, like so I'll show you what I mean. So the hallway is over here.
Over where?
Let me lock this thing.
Oh, can you take care of it?
Okay, get a second. So we're gonna put everybody. So Ozar is coming from down here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna put my guards in. If I can find them. So basically, right over here.
You gonna put it up, or do I got to? Yes, I got to.
No worries. Kronos is here and he's big.
And you're at the other end of the hall.
Yeah,
Down there with
yeah, I think he would be. So they are coming this way, and I would assume. Yeah, let's start it this way. So I've got one more person I got to bring in.
Don't you get mad at me.
My typing doesn't work very well.
Go to bed, baby bird.
I don't know why I don't have my small person. Okay, so I'm going to bring a knight in. No, that's just nonsense. I won't do that. I have better things. Look at me, I'm like making a scene terrible on the fly. We're battling on a desk between cargo containers.
There you
But-
go. I brought out a Throm for you.
Oh, do you have a Thromer? Because I have one. Oh, you have one. Well, awesome. Great. Mine
I
was
copied yours.
Okay, good. Thank you.
There you go.
And then the guy is right here. Okay.
You can put him where you like.
Yep, just a second. No.
Oh, that's the guy you want. That's who they're.
No, yeah, that's.
Oh, the ugly guy.
If I can just get him. Right. Come on now. Okay, and now where did my thumb go?
Oh, I didn't know you. I'll pull him back out. Here you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna use him for the. Because he's walking in the hall, but he doesn't look exactly like that. I mean, I described him as
Close enough.
yeah, it's gonna work for today. Okay, so this is the scene, and are you about to time stop everything?
Just this half the planet.
It does look like we are. Okay, so we're about to get into some battle phases.
It was scaled wrong, so let me shrink it so it's the right scale. There we go.
Still,
Still just this half of the planet.
that's funny. All right. Let's do.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Oh, I hear some talking in the
But yes,
background
last
from
time we started
somebody else who's running a game, which sounds interesting. Okay, so we are going to begin combat rounds because Kronos has taken his action and has thrown down a time stop.
Yeah, that's my first action of my attacks.
Okay, so the
So can I get my second attack off
do you get 2 attacks?
if I want to?
Be a
How's
full phase action.
you're doing like a multi attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my second attack will be to
You got to roll to hit with your grenade first, or your time stop.
you are quite correct.
And did you just entangle yourself, or you have immunity to it, don't you?
I have immunity to it. Yeah.
So you have just entangled everybody.
And I will, for my second attack, target the Tamar
Mm-hmm.
with my telekinesis.
Okay.
I'll grab him, and my goal is to move him over to Ozar.
And he's stopped, though. Can your telekinesis break him out of your entangles? Because he's entangled.
I believe it can. We'll find out.
Okay, so you're basically going to break through it with your telekinesis, just like breaking through an entangle.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
I guess. I don't know how that works. But we'll find out in a minute, I suppose.
That's interesting, though. I get the concept of you would want to be able to move things around, but the way entangle works, it's not that way, right?
Correct. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Well, it kind of depends on the special effect.
Yeah, the special effect is that each person is stopped in time.
Right.
Now you're going to have to break him out of that time to move him.
Mm-hmm.
I might think it could be defined that he is still stuck in time. I'm just moving him where he's in a different spot, but he's still entangled.
But that's the weird thing about like entangles. You can't move the entangle.
That's not true. If someone's entangled, you could pick them up if it's like if they're entangled in ice. You just pick up the ice.
Entangles are so weird about special effects too.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to really depend on the special effect.
I'm going to roll with it because I love the special effect, and he's still entangled. I don't know the right way to describe it. Surely there's a way to do it. It's champions, but for now, you can move him, and if it becomes abusive, we'll just figure out a way because that seems, I don't know, it seems really.
Well, as long as it's consistent, it's like, oh, well, his friends can't move him. It's like, but I can. No, that shouldn't be right.
Oh yeah.
So he would have to, if he could move him, his friends could move him.
Well, but his friends are also stopped. Like somebody else that wasn't time
Somebody
stopped
else that came in right. Exactly.
Could. Yeah, that's a good point.
By definition, I also think, because the way I've defined the power is that it's this radius is the time stop. If somebody was knocked out of the time stop, I would define that as them being automatically out of the entangle.
That's so weird. I don't know how you would build that, because that's not the way area effect would work, right?
No, because once you're entangled, you're entangled. It would be a limitation on the entangle that if you get knocked out of the original area,
you're no longer.
I would probably make that a 0 limitation, but because it's going to be so rare.
But but at least you could just make it that way. All right, I love it. Let's roll with it. So you don't even have to break through it. You are immune to it, so you can act. This is now. Obviously, you have to roll to hit him, to grab him, and he's with 3.
Yeah.
So obviously, you get him.
DCV 0 because he's entangled. But yeah.
Right. And so that's a 50 or 40 strength, I believe.
You're gonna move him.
50 strength. So I'm not sure how far I can move him with 50 strength, but I'm looking to move him over to here.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big strength. So you don't have fine control.
Well, it would be a 40 strength throw, basically.
A 40 strength throw. Yeah, that'd be. I'm sure that's within range. It's not very far.
Do you have fine control or no?
I'm checking right now.
With
I
a
do
50
not have
strength, I
fine
doubt
control.
it.
Yeah,
No fine control.
yeah. So you're gonna just kind of like waylay him over that direction. Make a
The cool piece is you can move something. You don't have to throw it, do you?
No,
That's just
not
it. You use the
necessarily.
throwing distance to determine how far you can move it, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, I'll
It's been a
yield.
while
Yeah.
since I've looked.
Yeah, I'll yield on that. You're not actually trying to throw it. I would say target the hex that you're trying to put him on. Just make sure you
Works for
don't like
me.
drop him on the.
The frozen Ozar.
Yeah. Okay, so you move him.
Rosar.
Okay.
I crit it. Or almost crit it.
Yeah, so you move him.
Actually, I'd like to spend a hero point and crit that, please.
You land him on 1 foot, and he balances.
Hey, mental note. 10 points left. All right. I'll spend my endurance, and that's my action.
Okay, cool. So, how do they break out of this entangle? What is it? What is the actual?
Strength.
No, but what
You
is
need a strength.
the
Oh,
defense of it?
it's time stop. Entangle 1d6, 7 defense. So let me roll 1d.
Roll low. Thank you.
No body.
0 body? No, it's always a minimum of 1.
Yeah,
And what was the defense on it?
7.
7 defense.
Okay, so we've
Yeah,
basically.
I don't care if they break out. I got what I wanted.
Yeah, you moved the guy. Okay, let's see if. I'm just using Throm 2 as a placeholder for Tabor because I just needed a thing. So Tabor is going to try to break out because no one likes to be stuck. Let's do some dice rolls.
Is this also in 12 that they're acting, or are they acting in 2 or 3?
This is turn 1, segment 12.
Turn 1,
Mhm.
segment 12.
Just right after you
All
went.
right.
Yep.
Gotcha. So I didn't get a surprise round. We're just starting combat.
Yeah, we just start combat. That's right. Well, you all were looking at each other, raising weapons, all that good stuff. You just went first. Okay, let's see. 3 body. The Tabor is not going to break out. He is, in his will trying to break free of this whatever technology has stopped time. His eyes are darting back and forth, I assume. Maybe his eyes can't move. We'll see. The actual Throm says 8. It's not true. He's not Throm 8. He can't move. Guard number 3 is surely going to be able to break out. Let's see. No, 5 body. Is that just a bad roll? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't break out.
Yeah, that's not even average.
Guard 1 is going to roll.
Yay.
He does break out. Yep.
Yep.
So guard 3 is still frozen in time. Let's get that. Custom 1. Guard 2 is not. No, guard 1 is not. Let's see about guard 2. So that didn't break out.
That's not.
Not enough. So he is custom 1'd. Okay, Ozar and Sentinel, see if y'all can break out.
Is it strength only to break out?
It is.
Okay. I'm kind of hosed. I'd have to Yahtzee to get a chance.
Okay. So you have tried to break out and you are not able to. Stellar Sentinel, you have some strength on you. Are you there? Or maybe muted? Muted?
No, I was sorry. I was reading over the breaking out of entangles and stuff. I'm gonna break out easily.
I hope so.
Um,
Because you're
I
stronger
would
than
hope so.
stronger than even
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll go ahead and roll my strength damage to break out.
What's the deal? If you make it by 50%, you get a full action.
Good lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I easily get out
Yeah, and have an action. So
and full
No,
action.
50.
Yeah.
If you just break out, you get a half action. If you double it, you get a full action.
so
But doubling 0 is not difficult.
so my guard 1 actually should get an action.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to before Stellar.
But
Sorry.
it's only a half action, but it's only a half move.
Because he just broke out. It's difficult to say what double breaking out, double the body, because there was no body on it, and there is no thing that says you get a minimum of 1.
This is called a fragile entangle. I think I've read about this. With you can actually have a no body entangle, or maybe that's a force wall. So I am going to give the benefit of having a full action because I think it's better for the story. And I hope you
Go
all
for it.
trust me on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's commission guard 1. What is his movement? Okay. So he is going to leap halfway. He's going to, but actually he needs to turn. So how many does he use to turn? How many movements?
None.
Oh, that's nice. So
For running, it's no turn.
yeah, so he is going to jump halfway, half his movement to Tabor.
How
Wow.
high is the ceiling?
Oh, that's good. Can he not jump forward?
There's usually an arc, but
Yeah, he could do half his jumping. That's what I was doing. So that's 16. So he can't do all of it. So he can do half. He's going to jump, and that's going to be his whole action. He's going to jump into the same hexes. Good lord, as Tabor. He's in the same hex as Tabor, just trust me. And that's his.
The same exact hex.
Well, the next hex. He's not in the same hex. They're too big. Sorry. He's right. The one that's in front of him, he's trying to get to. Okay. Stellar Sentinel. You have broken out and you have a full turn.
and these two guys are standing there with weapons still out.
Uh-huh.
What kind of weapons?
They look like blasters, blaster types.
That's not very nice.
Mm-mm.
Well, if it was Rocket, I'd just take it away from him.
We'll step up to there. Well,
Okay.
maybe not.
Their colliders are just frustrating. Are you in the hex next to them?
Yes.
Okay.
So I do kind of a passing step as I walk by him and just going to backhand him.
Which one?
The number 3.
Okay. He is.
And I'll just kind of backhand him into the wall.
Okay, so he is standing next to the wall. So he's standing up against it.
Yeah, which means he's probably hopefully going to take a little extra damage here because of the whole knockback thing.
Mm-hmm. All of it.
And he's currently entangled. So he's at DCV 0.
How much does the tangle take any damage, or is it only, or no damage taken?
No damage taken.
Okay, so he takes it all.
Okay, well, good thing he's entangled because apparently my cool-looking backhand barely hit him.
Oh wow, that is a critical miss though. I don't do critical misses. Sorry, it's not.
Oh, I didn't roll an 18. I only had DCV 3 though.
Oh, I was reading 16 as 18. Sorry. Okay, so you're doing
exactly what you needed.
Oh, he's DCV 0.
Entangled.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, he is entangled. So, 12 body, 47 stun.
Okay.
And an extra 5 dice from hitting the wall, most likely, which probably won't affect him.
It won't. 27 health.
But he probably will be on his butt.
Yeah, that's right. So you did guard number 3, right?
Correct.
I typed it on the wrong person, of course. Guard number 3. And he is. Can I do a custom and a custom? Custom
Sure.
1 entangled, custom 2. No, prone. There is a prone. Okay, cool. All right. So you have hit him, and well. So here's a question for you: special effect on your entangle. Do they know that they're being hit and being touched and whatever moved? And I think if not, there's got to be more power associated with this because entangled.
Right. They do
yeah.
know that that they do have presence of what's going on around here. I would like to have bought it differently, so they didn't, but it's way too expensive.
Yeah,
So,
I imagine.
yes.
Crazy compound power. Okay, cool.
Right.
So they
I
know.
love making crazy compound powers, but not this time.
Yeah, that's one where you got to figure out a way to break the rules on it because the concept of that is just cool. Anyway, I say that in my player voice, not in my GM voice.
So, sometimes concept and cost do not go hand in hand, though.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but you want to. I mean, that's all there to keep balance, right? As it is, this power combination is on the verge of being unbalanced anyway. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we are in segment 2, and Kronos gets a turn. Kronos, are you muted?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I love that trick. It's my best trick. With like darkness and stuff like that, you can deactivate it. With entangles, can you deactivate the entangles?
I think it's a power. Sorry.
I think there's a dispellable option that you can get.
So you actually have to buy it that way. So I can't. Okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
like
All right,
dismissible.
Most entangles are fire and forget. Once you've shot them, you don't do anything with them.
Yeah,
Right.
that's worth looking at though.
So Ozar, you said you're stuck in that thing. You can't do anything to get out.
But not if it's strength only.
Right. Damn it.
Even pushing it, I'd only be able to go to 6 dice, and I'd have to roll almost all 6s to break out.
Right. Well, that is super annoying, but not unsolvable. Guard number 2, is he entangled still?
Guard number 2 is entangled.
And guard number 3, where is he?
Guard number
Did he get knocked
3
back?
is he's on the wall, pushed down. No,
Over here?
he got pushed back into the wall. He's where he was.
Oh, I see.
But he's just on the ground. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's not unconscious or anything like that, or even stunned. He's just entangled.
He just knocked down.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to do another multi-attack. I'm going to use the I'm going to use the Chronos Ray, which is the telekinesis, twice. Once, the first time, to disarm guard number 2, and then the second time to reach over and grab Ozar and break him out of the entangle.
And not. Oh, but I thought the entangle doesn't take damage.
Oh, that's right. Doesn't take damage.
It's so weird that you
Damn.
can't dismiss your own. Like I get the special effect of it, but that's it's also too overpowerful the way it would be. You would probably have to buy down the entangle a little bit in order to make
I
it
have to work on
dismissible.
that. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if I can figure out a way of doing that. But right for now, yes.
Make it selective.
Selective?
Where you roll it against
how would that
everybody.
improve it?
Where you
Then you have to roll to hit each person in it.
But you also
I
don't have to,
see.
you don't have to hit. You don't have to hit people that you don't want to.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't want that. I want the reason that the reason it's an area effect like this is because it does hit everybody. But how do I deactivate it on a single person? That's what I want to figure out. And I'll work on that in the future. In the meantime, I can't do anything about it except for. Oh, I know what I'll do. All right, I'll change my mind. I will do the disarm, but the second attack will be to grab guard number 1 and drag his happy ass back over here.
An entangle that has already taken effect cannot be dispelled unless it is a constant entangle, which I don't assume yours is.
Yeah, it's an
No.
instant still. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're gonna try to grab guard 1 who is not
Guard,
entangled right
guard
now.
number 3, I'm going to disarm, and
Two.
guard number 1, I'm going to try to grab.
Okay.
Guard number 3 is entangled. Guard number 1
Mhm.
is not entangled.
So guard number 3 still gets his strength to resist your disarming.
I would assume so. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He gets half strength because it has to be casual strength, but yes.
Damaged you initially, and then grabs you and hurls you behind itself, leaving you surrounded by its 3 others who begin slashing at you.
Let me see what my disarm is. Disarm. Where the heck is it?
And
It's up here with the stat.
who are you disarming? 3 or 2? Sorry.
2. So Kronos will reach forward and do a martial disarm to slap the gun out of his hand, and I guess he gets a +1 to that roll. I didn't put it in the configuration because I forgot. So add 1 to that hit roll.
But he's going to because he's
Entangled.
So that would hit an 8. Okay, great. And then it's 35 strength against him to break out, right? Let me take a look here. 35 would be 7 dice.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you doing a martial maneuver with telekinesis strength?
No, I'm doing a martial maneuver, and then I'm going to do telekinesis strength on the other guy.
Oh, okay, got it. So you did how many, buddy?
8 body.
Okay, let's see what
Decent roll. Decent roll.
Man, there's no way he's gonna. Well, he'd have to roll all 6s.
Awesome. And then I'll make my attack roll against the other guy. And unfortunately, this is where it gets tough for me because of the range modifiers. Is going to be -2.
And you have multi-attack too.
And it's multi-attack, so it's going to be -4. I'm pretty much going to probably miss. But I'll make the chance to roll.
Okay.
Oh, great roll. Nah, okay roll.
Yeah, you don't.
Too bad. Okay.
Okay, so guard number 2 weapon.
No.
It doesn't happen, or it
Sorry.
does? That's okay. Guard number 2's nothing happens to him. Sorry, Kronos. Guard number 2's weapon is on the floor, or do you disarm and you have it in your hands? You said you knock it out of his hands. Is I think what you told me.
A disarm isn't a grab.
Yeah, so
I knock it to the floor.
Okay, knock it to the floor. It slides over the edge of the wall, and you swipe. Do we see? It's a ray, right? You are like blasting
It is
a ray.
Yeah,
so we see it, and it goes
ray
down the hallway, but doesn't hurt anything. Okay, it was a good attempt, Valiant. Throm number 2 is going to try to break out, but cannot. Not Throm number 2. Both the Tabor and the person in the middle are not able to break out of it. They are transfixed. On segment number 3, guard number 3 is going to try to break out of this entangle. Guard number 3 is going to try to break out. He is, and he will get an action. So he stands up and blasts Kronos.
How dare he when there's a guy behind him?
Well, but he's facing you.
Yeah, technically, he wouldn't even really have to stand.
Yeah, but he's going to.
He might want to do it later, and standing now is only half phase anyway. So
yeah, and he's close enough to do a blast. So he's going to target you. Roll. Let's see if I have any skill levels. Of course, I didn't with them. What did I just do? Oh, I did the whole wrong thing. Sorry. Let me roll to hit rather than a target of 0. Huh. Did it? I think we all just lost. Are we still there? Is everybody there? Lost.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Give me a weird. Okay, it's going to hit a DCV of 8.
Kronos is DCV 9.
Oh my gosh, really? Okay, so he blasts devastatingly into the hallway, down the hallway past you. No, it's going to hit the hallway. So let me do it. Okay, it blasts a gaping hole through the room, and you can see in the hallway a big hole, and you can see into a room that was not occupied. But a big hole in the wall now exists behind Kronos.
Okay.
Guard number 1 is going to he's going to grab an easily grabbable Tabor. Maneuver. Grab. Really? But he is a DCV of 0, so he hits. Thank you for entangling him.
Almost critted it.
Almost. Good lord. So he grabs him. Now, is that his whole action? Can squeeze or throw.
he can squeeze 3. So yeah, squeeze or throw as well. So
yeah, but he's not going to. He's just basically got him in his arm. He's just wrapped him up. And that is his turn. So Tabor is grabbed. Guard number 2 doesn't have his weapon and is entangled, but he's going to try to get out of it. Did I just do? Oh, I did kill
you
him
rolled
damage. But how much body did I do in that? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would have been 9 body, so he gets out. I had the killing die selected. Okay, so he gets out and gets his phase. He is going to go pick up his weapon, and it's close enough that he can do it. So he's going to go pick it up. That's moving and picking something up. I assume that is his action.
I agree.
Kazar of Soal. As you look upon.
Nothing I can do unless I can do my killing attack, but it's strength only. So.
Okay. So we.
I mean, let me go ahead and push it. See, I don't think it's going to do anything. I mean, I could with 6 dice. Nope, not quite.
That was so close.
Yeah.
No, hold on a second. It has 6 defense and
7
0.
7.
Is it 7 defense or 6? I thought it was 6.
7.
7 defense and 1.
Well, I would say we don't think it has 1 body. Unless you bought 1 body. You can buy a 0 body entangle.
It's 1d6 entangle.
But you rolled 0 body.
How do you roll 0 body?
You did.
Rolled a 1.
Rolled a 1.
I
yeah.
probably had it set for killing by accident. That's why it rolled.
Yeah.
I rolled 0. It should be one body. I
But-
probably had my dice roller set to killing attacks.
But that's pretty much how it works. Well, it's not how it works. It's
No,
you can't roll a 0 on a killing attack.
Yeah, so you rolled a 1, and that on body dice, that would have been 0 body.
Yeah, on a normal damage dice, it's 1 is 0 body.
Even if you had it selected, it's killing it. You know what I mean?
You couldn't
I
have rolled a 0 on killing. So
Oh, interesting.
I think you can. Like, I really do think you can have a 0 body. You can actually buy a 0 body entangle too, which is the
Well,
thing.
that's fine.
Yeah.
No reason to argue. It's 7 defense, 0 body.
I'm sure it'll be something that you will not want to remain.
just like it could be 2 body if you rolled the 6.
Correct.
So Ozar attempts to make it out, isn't able to, and Stellar.
I do have a question though.
Okay.
So when you buy the entangle as only strength, why does the entangle have an ED?
That's funny. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know.
It'd be possible for a character to do strength ED strength damage.
I guess if they bought it that way, where it does against DD, right?
Yeah.
And HA that attack versus alternate defense. I mean, someone could build it that way. I guess.
This guy's got strength, but most of his damage comes from his fiery hands, and
That's funny.
it burns it off.
Interesting. Okay.
Weird. Okay, so Stellar Sentinel, what do you do?
Well, he just blasted a big hole, and I'm not very friendly to that. Everybody's unentangled now. That's a threat.
Yep.
Both of these guys are standing. Well, actually, I'm still standing next to that guy. I'm just going to turn around and,
Did I lose somebody or gain somebody?
I am going to turn around and start the haymaker.
Oh, okay. It says segment reform Kronos goes. Drop another time stop on everybody. It's a joke. Sorry.
I'll delay.
Right click, left click. Thrum number 2 tries to get out, can't. Thrum number tries to get out, can't. This is the end of segment number 4. So your haymaker. Do you want to make your attempt to hit?
Yes.
He is not. You do hit him because he is a DC of 7, so you get him.
Perfect. Let me edit this real quick.
That is true, Ozar. It's you're the most faithful of all, but you do end up inadvertently excluded from combat. Mind messed with, time messed with.
There we go. 16 body, 55 stun.
Okay, you've already hit him once too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, and he's going to take another 12 dice from smacking into the wall again.
Okay, so I lost.
Yeah. Well, how much damage is that wall gonna take?
Yeah, it might break
That's true.
him. If it's more than 10.
But he may hit another wall on the other side.
Yeah, no, he's going to land on
He would keep going.
He's going to land on the waterbed. He's going to land on Kronos' waterbed. So 55 minus 20, that's 35. That's minus 2. And then he's going to hit the wall. Only 2 dice of knockback? No, that was your less. You want to roll your actual damage. So he breaks through.
That knockback is just the knockback roll to see how far he goes. He goes 12 hexes or 24 meters.
Yeah, so he's going to break through the wall, but that's only going to do 10 dice of him.
Okay. Well, let's roll another 10 dice. Because you never know.
Well, he's knocked unconscious before he
All
hit the wall.
sixes. All sixes.
That would be pretty awesome.
Okay, so another 17.
Almost average, exactly.
Okay, so he is. I mean, as you hit him, you see his head tilt and his tongue kind of lolls out. You can barely see. You can't see the tongue because he's got a mask on, but you hear the jostling of his head inside the thing. And he bursts through the wall and lands softly on Cronus's waterbed. He's knocked unconscious. Guard number 3 is
Sleeping unpeacefully.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You have a held phase, Cronus. Do you want to do something with it?
I sure do.
Okay.
I will make a half move and fly forward to this hex here.
Mm-hmm.
And I am actually aiming to do knockback into Ozar. Ozar's still entangled, correct?
Yeah, he is.
Great.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you can't affect it. He can. So you're gonna hit him into it, but
He's going to take damage, but
he
Oh,
can't.
that's right. That doesn't work. Oh well, whatever. In that case, I'll just change my attack. Landing there, I will
You managed to partially deflect the blow across the helmet.
throw a new entangle.
There's more room down the hallway if you wanted to put it further down. Okay.
I do, yeah, right back here. Put it back up here. I'm gonna put it
you can hit me. I don't care.
Oh yeah, because you'll get
there.
out.
You go.
It doesn't
Yeah,
phase
well,
me at all.
are you sure?
Well, but
I
you
roll
you've done it.
13 dice to get out of it.
Okay, then actually, I might as well. It's beneficial because it'll entangle the other guy.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I throw the entangle then, and then I'm gonna do 2 more blasts on this guy. So rolling to hit with the entangle.
At -4.
Y -4. Oh yeah,
You're making
-4.
3 attacks.
Yes. -4.
You hit the hex.
Yay. And then it's going to be 2 sonic bolts. And these are 66 NNDs.
Okay. What is the NND?
It is sonic bolt, reduced endurance, NND, energy defense. Defense is force field, resistant defense, cost endurance, restrainable, reduced by range, unified power.
Okay, so he does not have a force field. Okay.
And the second attack,
Oof. But they're entangled. So or he's entangled.
thank God,
Yeah,
that's bizarre.
it is weird.
Okay. Um,
Okay, so you're gonna roll twice your attack, your NND attack.
Yeah, where are my basic attacks? They gotta be here somewhere, right? They're under
They should be under
maneuvers,
dice rolls.
Dice rolls.
under dice rolls, so that's where they are. Oh yeah. Okay. Sonic bolt. Here it is. Roll once. Roll twice. So 26 stun and 21 stun.
Okay, so that is 37 for guard 1. 47. He is stunned.
They don't count unless the 21 or the 26 stuns. They don't count together.
Oh, thank you for saying that. It's all in the same phase, but separate attacks. Okay, so he's not stunned,
Yes.
but he, you can tell that just definitely bolted through him, and it's ricocheted even through his armor and everything, and you see it kind of reverberating around him. Okay.
I'm surprised he has more than 47 stun.
Oh yeah, they've been blessed by Soal.
Apparently.
Okay, now we are on segment number 5. Card number 1 is card number 1 is entangled now, and he is going to break out of it. You see how I'm calling that into existence? He is going to break out of
Maybe.
it. He's going to. Did you roll
Whammy.
Did you
Whammy.
roll the die for that? Oh, even if you did, 2, buddy, he's breaking out of it. Do you want to actually roll a die and see if you get 2? Because if he doesn't double it,
Yeah.
he won't get out. That's a good roll. Okay, so no, you don't. So he gets 1 body, and he breaks out of that, gets his full action. He is still grabbing the Tabor. He's still holding him, excuse me. And he is going to, let me make sure.
Cradling lovingly.
Yeah, he stroked his hair. Yeah.
I'll love him and hug him and kiss him and call him George.
Yeah, so he is going to leap with him, and he's got the strength to do it. So he is going to leap down the hallway, and at the edge of this, it takes you back into the main temple. And he is going to leap with him basically into the entryway of that main temple where you are. There was a door that you all proceeded from. And if we proceed there, we will all move. But for now, I'm going to just not change the scene. So let's get him off here and Tabor as well. They have moved together right outside of that, and they are in the temple scene. Guard number 2 is entangled by this thing. He's going to make his best effort to get out of it.
And Vale.
No, he won't. He won't.
Yeah.
He did fail. He did fail.
See, I willed it into existence first.
If I had spoken first only. Okay. Stellar Sentinel gets a chance to go.
All right. Well, that guy just went shooting out of here.
You have to break out of your entangle too, so.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Hold on.
Okay.
If I don't, I will just cry.
It doesn't happen. Oh, it does. Darn it. Okay. I tried to will it, but I was too late. You had already rolled the die. Okay.
Well, you'd have to will pretty badly.
You'd have to roll 1s on every die.
Pretty much. On your entangle, is it only his strength that can break it out?
You know, I haven't read the rules enough to tell you the answer to that. I was just actually thinking about that. So the rules is to break out is strength only, but it doesn't say about whose strength.
Yeah, but that
an attack goes through because
Yeah. So it's only the person's entangled strength.
it doesn't. It basically is that advantage simulates mental paralysis kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, I've got an idea how I can get out.
That's awesome.
I just thought of a haymaker.
Oh yeah, haymaker.
Plus 4 DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plus 4 DCV.
See if you can do
So
it.
I can push it and haymaker.
Okay, well, the guy I want just left, so I am going to kick in the jets, and I'm going to do a grab by on Ozar as I go by.
Okay.
So I've got 40 inches of flight. So I get all glowy and go shooting down the hallway. He's, 12 away? And then I'll continue on out after the other guy that went jumping out.
Okay. Okay.
And let's make my roll on the grab by there. You're 0 DCV,
Yeah.
thankfully.
That helps.
Okay. Well, we're getting some
You
bad
tried
rolls.
to miss.
Yeah, at least everybody's entangled, or else this would be a not so fun. Well,
grab by is -3 to hit, so.
yeah. And you would have rolled.
So yes, I am able to grab you and go flying out. So, haymaker at your leisure, little guy.
Okay, so you all end up here. I'm gonna put you in the same temple scene, and once I move that scene, we'll go there.
Okay.
Is that the wrong person? That's right. Okay.
No, not the right ones.
Okay, so we are at segment number 6. Kronos goes.
Oh,
Hey, where you guys going? Good for me. This Throm that was going with the 3 guards.
And again, he's not really a Throm. He's a Kazar that just kind of has features of a Throm. That's what he's labeled.
I'm changing his name.
Thank you.
He's a Kazar.
He is.
What is the Kazar?
These are the mining people. He's got the
mining people.
insignias and the symbols of a Kazar castman.
Okay, so he's a grunt.
He's kind of a lead grunt.
Well, but he wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know that.
All right.
Well, that's true.
He's part of the minor cast.
Yep.
Right.
Which is what Ozar is.
All right. I'll make a half move to here with the rest of the group because that's where the scene's going, and it's convenient.
And it's 11 o'clock.
And I'll delay.
Delay. Right click for a half face. Okay. Throms are not going to be able to break out.
I will soliloquy, though, however. I will say, look, you can't stop us by force, and we didn't want to take force, so let us have our questions, and then you can have your prisoner back.
Okay. Ozar, you're going to begin your haymaker?
Yep.
Okay. Throm 2 and 3 are stuck even with the haymakering. They're not going to get out. This is the end of segment 7. Kronos still has a half phase, but I assume you're going to let Ozar try his. This is when your haymaker lands.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Flex hard. Come on.
Hey!
It's a good thing I pushed too.
That's awesome. So you break out.
I
You
don't
get
have
your,
much in the way.
Comes out of it says, where did everybody go?
and you get a full face because of it, because of this how much you beat it by.
I do have you under my arm right now.
Okay. Why are we fighting? Answer the question. Let Tabor answer the questions that's said to the commission guard. Of course, it's not going to be really a lot because I'm being carried like a child. But
Yeah, you're like
You
under
are a
one of-
Kazar, but you are a Kazar. Maybe they'll listen
Yes.
to you.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
am a Kazar and I am a hero. So
Okay. So the commission guard number 1 is not entangled right now.
no.
So I'm gonna have to get to that. Kronos, you gonna do anything right now with your last half phase before we go into the next segment? Are you muted?
Yes. How did you know? You saw my.
'Cause we all
hand,
do
that's
that.
why. Yeah, we all do that. I do it so you don't have to hear the game that's going on behind me.
It's okay.
So I will actually, I will time walk past Tabar. So you'll see me do the effect of walking around him and ending up on the other side of him. And as he does that, there's the strange light of his past, and I'll make the clairsentience roll.
So, but you will only know. I thought it was limited to the range.
It's limited to the way I built it. It's under GM control. I didn't take the GM control limitation,
Mhm.
but that's how I think I want to play it. So it's whatever I can see into his past, and that's up to you.
Yeah.
And I'll give a roll that'll kind of help dictate what you're going to let us see in the images.
Well, and it's not going to change much, so I don't think it's actually necessary because you will see him poring over those pods for the last 2 years, right? And I don't think you're going to go back more than two. I mean, that's ages of time scrolling, you know. Um, so you'll just see him in that underground facility almost incessantly. He leaves, but for brief moments and comes back.
And
You very
right,
much.
so he never meets with anybody else or does anything else that would give any type of clue to to give us knowledge of who he's connected to or anything like that.
Nope.
I was also kind of wondering if I could combine my interrogation role into that power, but he's not really able to move right now, so I guess not.
Yeah, and
Anyway, so if I don't need a roll, I'll just let you roll with it. That I
yeah.
don't see anything.
So no, you do. You see all those same things that were on the video that they showed in the interrogation room, basically, um,
Of course.
of him pouring through the different tomes, opening them all up, checking them, punching in the codes to open these things, right? So if you noted those things, you see him opening the procedure he goes through to open, and he does it over and over and over again. He opens a dark tome, spends weeks looking at it, um, and then ultimately, they portal up and then more ship in over and over and over again. He does the procedure to open the pods. Periodically, he gets a dark tome. He looks at it for weeks on end.
So do we actually get to see what these dark tomes look like?
It almost looks like a void. Um, very kind of like smoke pours out. It looks like the great nothingness, and he peers into it, just like deep and longingly. It's unlike any other technology or force you've ever seen before. It's dark, though, of course. It's dark. I say
Can't say I'm a big fan of the dark.
Okay, so
Alright.
that's your time stop. I'm going to take it out of combat phases for a little bit because I'm going to assume you're just going to time stop anybody else that before they come in the way. And not Kronos, Ozar, what were you going to say to the one Kazar that is holding him?
I want answers from this guy. I do not believe he is as guilty as you do. You believe he is. There is more here than meets the eye.
Okay,
Let us bring Soul's light onto it.
so reluctantly, every time I say the word reluctantly, it reminds me of Cake. Um, if anybody knows the song "Going the Distance," anyway. He reluctantly, um, calms over on his kind of maybe his headset calms or whatever, and he speaks quietly. We're going to bring them up. Be prepared. They have questions. We're going to bring the commission force up. Be prepared. They have questions. And then he looks at you and he says, "Follow me."
Very well.
You're going to follow them?
I will, yeah.
Everybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That's all we really wanted the whole time, right? Was to be able to have some roundtabling of knowledge.
okay.
So they're offering it. We want to take it.
Okay, so you all walk down and you go through the same opening to that kind of secret passage down to the secret facility place where they had just taken Ozar from. You'll go down into that area, and they instruct you all to stand, and they stand with you, of course, in the same place where the pods got portaled before.
So did we take the same portal down that Ozar took the first time, or
No,
another route?
there's actually a kind of like a stairwell and a passageway that they took him out of. Like the portal
Okay.
was kind of like a holy thing that he did, but you all just walk the normal way, the non-holy portal.
Oh.
So you all walk down this
Bodies
thing.
all.
They put you all stand. They instruct everyone to stand in the middle of this thing. The same place where Ozar previously had pushed Tabor out of the way. And the expectation is y'all are going to stay there, right? No one's going to not get portaled up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to move everybody off the map. Give me just a second. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Didn't mean to just shake everybody around. Sorry about that.
Find a stranger in your midst.
Let me see if I can.
They are certainly not human.
Certainly not.
Certainly not.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So at least we'll get one of the scenes that I prepared. I know it's time to be done. Okay, so you all portal. You stand in it, the portal goes off, and just a second. These guys too, so and you all find yourself over here. There is a collider on the very top of it. You should be able to move your things in through the side. So you all portal onto it. The floor is actually lava. Ozar is standing in the lava. Okay.
All those kid games are actually coming into use now.
Okay, I need to bring.
So do we get brought in from one of these doorways?
You actually portal in, and you appear here. So it's very much.
And we are on Soal.
You are on.
It looks like we need to change our scale because these guys here, these guards are small and we're all huge.
It's true. It's true. And we are on the surface of the sun, the Soal. The Throm doesn't change size, actually. He stays enormous. It's a joke.
They get bigger the closer they are to the sun.
Thank you for that. Let's turn it back on so I can get it right. That'd be hilarious.
It actually makes it look like a geodesic dome, you know.
That's cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, my keyboard goes crazy.
So is the fan on top for the air conditioner?
Yeah, it's because of the model I bought. It behaves that way. There's not a fan on top. Maybe it's like letting out certain gases or whatever. Okay, so you all have landed here, and they're going to instruct you to go to one of these little side doors. When I had the scale proper, these doors were big enough. These things over here and over here.
Okay.
So they're going to instruct you to go into one of those, and they were big enough. So basically, just imagine that they're taller, and you're able to walk into them. They obviously say don't walk out the side doors. We all know what happens. when that happens. Anybody want to make
Kazar would survive. He's got high
yeah.
temperature. Yeah, I bought that on purpose.
I've got it as well.
Same with my character.
So we can all walk outside. Look, guys, it's not that bad. Come on out.
Come on, anybody. Anybody want to make a everybody perception roll? You can. Holy Lord, that is a critical fail. This isn't your night, Ozar. You could hero point that, I guess, but that would take a lot of hero points, and I don't know that it's worth it.
I'd like to spend a second hero point to make that another critical, please.
What did you do?
He rolled a 4.
With a hero point, make that a 3.
That's awesome. So you see, Ozar doesn't because he's just like enthralled with being on Soal again. The holiness of this moment, the specialness of it. This is where he belongs. Yeah. It's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
But that's a good explanation for a critical yeah, you did critical fail.
Yeah.
Kronos and Stellar Sentinel recognize that there is another pod entry, and there is an Oqthcalian space plane in it.
We know
interesting
of this facility. I mean, is this just a typical Kazar mining platform or something?
Yeah. You would have never have been here before. Okay. You would know of it. Of course, it's not dark knowledge, so you would know of it. Highly guarded. Of course, Ozar knows about these places. Maybe even has been here before. Well, not here, but like this is on the star. So I mean, there are probably thousands of these kind of like pod spots.
All right, so they've instructed us to go through the portal into the into Soal.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll be taking lots of mental notes.
Sounds game. We go.
Okay, so
yeah.
So they are. Yeah, I'm stepping back. I think I want to take a snapshot of this cool moment. I still see the red hand. I don't know.
Oh, that's mine. I'll get it out of the way. Sorry. There you go.
Thank you. Maybe. Oof. Okay. I think that's cool. My computer is not friendly to me. Okay, cool. Okay, so you all go down into the place. And I am going to change the scene one more time. There's not, unless you all are going to resist, there is not a battle here. Thankfully, I appreciate it.
Go punch somebody outside the barrier and out into the sun. That'd be awesome. I punch somebody into the sun.
So you all make your way down to these corridors.
You know, I have the feeling that we may not be the saviors. We may be the gods.
Hush!
Okay, so you all. A second.
Ah, where'd our miniatures go?
Yeah, I have them over on the side because I'm about to change the so get and send. So they take you down, and you all end up in a corridor.
This is really cool.
So you
wow,
all.
I gotta say, wow.
Yeah. This is pretty badass.
Yeah, I think this whole scene thing is just the coolest thing. I had to do a lot of work to make the floor work properly, but hey.
It pays off. This is cool.
Very cool. Is this thing spinning for you all too?
Yes.
It is. Yeah, it looks really great. There's nothing not working correctly right now for me.
Oh, hallelujah! It worked.
So I assume we come down this big long hallway here?
Yeah. So y'all are going to come down the long hallway, And you can let me move your tokens if you want to put them in there. And where are y'all? Oop.
Did you put us all in the hidden area?
I'll bring you up.
Oh, there we are. We're way down there.
Yeah.
Little tiny people.
And I didn't get to work through all the scale problems here, so forgive me for that. And I guess I could project it so that we know.
I'm in the hallway.
This is much better. I love scale. I'm scaling it proper. I'm
So
not.
the hexes are right.
The hexes are right. Yeah, I built this without scale, but the hexes are proper. And the grander it is, the better. So I'm happy.
Yeah. That's not a handrail. It's more like a wall rail.
Yeah. Okay.
They really don't want you going over the edge there is what they're doing.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Are we supposed to be at the beginning of the hall?
Yeah,
Way
beginning of
over
the
here?
hall. Beginning of the hall. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm cheating. Hold
you
on.
are cheating. You are cheating. I didn't get the time to build this into like scene stops, so you see more than
No,
you
it's good.
actually see. So, no one has spatial awareness or anything like that, right?
Nope.
Sand Crab's not here.
Yeah, no. Where is he when you need him?
Is Ozar that big? He's huge.
No, I did that. Sorry, Ozar.
You go out on a raid of the overworld in order to further your plan.
Stellar Sentinel is like 7 feet tall, but he's not huge.
Okay. All right. It's way past time, but there's all kinds of things that could happen here. Do y'all want to pause it? Do you want to take some actions here? Do you want to?
I think this is a great place to stop. Usually, I'm an advocate for continuing, and I have no problem continuing because it's not that late where I am, since I'm on the West Coast. But I know it's late for you guys, so it's up to you. I'll roll with the punches.
Yeah, y'all's call. Our West Coast guy's going to get to make the
I'm
call.
graveyard. Yeah, I'm graveyard. So, and I'm off tonight, so it's not a big deal.
I would love to continue, but I also wouldn't want to stop, and I do have work in the morning.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but I am super stoked about this. This is awesome.
Okay, no worries at all. So technically, no innocence has been lost. I will say maybe no, you really can't. You really can't see those dark energy pods in there, can you? I don't think you can.
No, not until we get closer. Can't see down.
Yep. Okay, so it is the innocence almost lost
Maybe
session.
if the prisoner was here previously in my time walk, we could have seen this scene.
No, not 2 years. You wouldn't have seen it in that moment.
Case, yeah, no worries. In that case, you just go in and edit the name of the adventure.
Innocence,
Innocence almost lost.
Not yet lost. Oh, that's great. It was so close too. We're so close. But honestly, I'm glad for that kind of the hallway scene like that. I thought that was cool.
It's a great cliffhanger.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read that. I'm going to save.
Save the table.
Yeah, I'm just gonna save it.
Had to go into first person view so I could go in here and take a look at the ceiling and stuff as well. So
yeah,
I think I'm going to look in the rules to see about tweaking the power for the entangle. See if I can figure out a way to make it so that it can be turned off. I don't know how that would work, but I'm going to check it out.
I think there's a dispellable advantage. And since it's area effect, I would go.
I didn't see dispellable under entangle. I was looking for that.
Oh, okay.
It's under barrier.
So it would need GM permission or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I could make it as a trigger. I just don't know how to make it so I don't want to turn the whole thing off. I just want to turn it off on certain people. So yeah, I got to figure it out.
Well, I mean, if it's an area effect, you should just be able to put selectable on it.
Also, who's into theatrics?
Yeah, but then you have to make a hit on every single person, don't you?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
pretty self-defeating because then I'd have to if I did a group if I did an area of like 5 or 6 people, I wouldn't be able to attack afterwards.
Well, Blue's hand moved for a second. I'm trying to take a photograph. Sorry, it's the weirdest.
I think it would still be
Sorry.
the single action. You just have to roll to hit each of them individually.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
it's a single action.
You roll to hit the hex. You still have to roll to hit the hex. And then, because that places the area, because that area might move based on if you miss. Then, anybody within the area, you would have to choose to roll to hit them or not. And you could, if you choose not to, they just don't get affected.
Oh,
I
I get
don't
it.
know if it's extra every hex. I think you target the hex that you're wanting the area to go on. You have to.
No, that's what I say. You roll to hit with the basic attack, the initial attack, the area, just to make sure you hit the area. Because if you miss, it can deviate by hexes.
But the
So you may hit different people.
But the selective rolls are against their DCBs individually.
Yes, and that is an issue. Is that the selectable part is against their normal DCV, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I actually bought combat skill levels for my my armor, or one of the buffs that I have for Reinforce, specifically for the power that is selective, because I didn't like the idea that he could miss on his buffs.
Well, I'll think about it.
Let me
Anyway, I
take
think
a
it was
look.
that was a fun evening and definitely some really cool scene you've created here.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I can't remember how much experience I do for this one typically. It's more, and we'll do that the same amount more, whatever it is. I think it's 5 that we do, but I'll figure that.
I think it was.
I think it was 5, and then we will pick up here on the next time and see if you all actually lose your. I don't even know if it's Innocence anymore at that point. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for giving me a little bit of extra time, and look forward to playing again
Maybe it
soon.
would be more like faith.
What's
Our
that?
faith in the commission. Right?
Yeah,
We have
losing your
we
faith
have
rather
faith
than
that
your
we're
innocence.
we have faith that we're working for the right people, right? And that we're trying to save Soal. Maybe that's just not the case.
I just love it that there's some play on words of saving not your soul, but the soul, saving the soul. Oh, I think that's funny.
And that's actually why in my write-up I actually intentionally misspelled solar.
Ah, okay. That's funny. That's funny. This is great. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a good evening, and I'm sure we'll talk again in our next session. Take care.
Yep. All right.